cold-blooded. I don't give a fuck. You know what's bad about George Floyd? George Floyd is 6'7", 250 pounds, and he didn't get shot. Essentially got his ass whooped by a 5'8" tall, 135-pound white man who killed him with no weapons.
And he was crying.
Crying for his mama. And that is so damn embarrassing. You put yourself in a position of being damn near OD'd on fentanyl, which is not a black drug anyway. That's the one that causes 62% of each year's opiate-related deaths. And we got to make a statue of somebody who's 6'7", 250, and got his ass whooped by
who contribute nothing to the black community.
This tall, 135-pound white man.
Contribute nothing. Should he have died? No. But should you sit up here and what do you say, commemorate, make it to a martyr? No.
No. I mean, it was bad, but I mean, he's no martyr. I mean, look at all of the other black folk who died, and you want to focus on him. Who put that out there?
So I said this. What would make them create that statue or holidays, George Floyd Day or whatever? Do the Democrats get money? Like, do local government officials get money from the state or the federal government if they do that? Or from the Democrat Party?
The inmates have taken over the asylum.
Thank you, Ish, for the Cash App, and thank you, Christopher, for the Super Chat.
And because mainstream and social media, they're turning the outside into the inside of the asylum.
229, hi.
Do we have any pride?
Hello.
I don't think, no, we don't.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Hello. I'd like to ask both of you guys a question. You guys think about the rise in male virgins, and what do you think about the rise in incel culture? And you guys know what
it's a sorry piece of bullshit that men, grown boys, black, white, brown, red, and yellow, can't get any goddamn pussy, and the girls are getting more sex than the boys. That is pathetic, and that's also a product of no men around to teach you how to approach women or what's going on. That is so sorry and disgusting. And incels are a bunch of goddamn punks want to go around and kill off women instead of protecting them because they're too damn lame to know how to get laid.
Okay.
And for me to answer that, shame. And for me to answer that, my question is, if there are more male virgins, well, who's sleeping with the females? It have to be someone.
It's the same bunch. It is a statistic. There are more male virgins 25 to 18 than there are females. There are more boys 30 years of age living with their parent or parents than there are girls. And it's a shame.
And if you are going to have sex, this is not the sexual revolution in the 70s, so make sure you strap up.
I'll pull out. Damn.
I wouldn't go any women. But you see,
all right, we get a little off topic now. Hit that thumbs up. But as a matter of fact, you don't even have to. This video might come across disingenuous or mean or whatever. And I know some people don't like the delivery of Judge Joe Brown. Look, Judge Joe Brown is retired. The show, you might still see the show on your local channels, but it's syndicated, it's reruns. He has no balls, he answers to no one, and when someone is free and they have a free mindset and they're a free thinker, they're gonna let it go. And he let it go, and I have no issue with what he said. It's just someone with notoriety like him says it, and like I said, a lot of us, Jason Whitlock had even said it. He wrote a whole column and talked about how offensive the George Floyd statue was. I'm looking up right now how much it cost to put this together, this 700-pound bronze statue that they put in New Jersey, in Newark of all places. And I'm like, well, what's the connection to Newark, New Jersey, and George Floyd? I thought George Floyd was from Minnesota. I don't get that. It says Newark is New Jersey's largest city, and majority of the community is made up of 50% black people. And I guess that's what they said. The world needed a peaceful George. The world needed him to relax and chilling on a bench, and that's what we produced. And we produced him larger than life, because after his death, George will be remembered, and that's what memorials are. It's to remember and never forget why we changed today and tomorrow for the rest of our existence on the planet. Bullshit. This is another liberal agenda. You're trying to make somebody a martyr or a hero. Marcus Garvey was a hero. Medgar Evers was a hero. Huey P. Newton. I can keep going. You know what I mean? George Floyd, and I'm not knocking George Floyd. And first and foremost, what happened to him was a tragedy. Was wrong, and justice was served. But when you start talking about making statues of people, first of all, what does that accomplish, and what is he getting a statue for? Because he was killed by the police? A lot of people get killed by the police. If that's the case, you got to make a Breonna Taylor statue, or a Ahmaud Arbery statue. Tamir Rice, I'm pretty sure his mother will tell you she ain't got. Where's a statue in Cleveland for her son? You know, y'all are doing everything but giving black people legislation. Give us a George Floyd police law. Give us a law that protects black people from police without getting killed for nonsense, and name it after George Floyd. Fine, I'm cool with that. Give us some legislation. I don't want no more moral victories and symbolic victories. We don't need statues and pointless, holidays and all this other shit. We need laws. We need real results. We need action. And flaunting around George Floyd. I mean, George Floyd has been the biggest marketing tool you could think of in the last 365 days. I mean, the T-shirts with his face on it. I mean, swear to God, Miami last year, they had a strand of weed going around called George Floyd, I Can't Breathe. And it had his face on the package. I'm telling you, everything has been marketed. I know the family got $27 million, but good God, how much money did everyone else make off George Floyd? I mean, they are exploiting George Floyd for their own good, and Democrats and this liberal agenda. It's a joke. It's a joke. And this ain't got nothing to do with whether he was a drug addict or not, or him doing porn back in the day. I could care less about that. This just doesn't make any sense. Most people that get statues, they did something. They impacted the world intentionally. Did George Floyd's death impact the world? Yeah, technically, because everyone seen it, and it was 8 minutes long, and everyone was at home during the pandemic. He was the wrong person at the wrong place at the wrong time, and it was during a global pandemic, and everybody was at home. If the world was normal, would this George Floyd situation been as popular as it was? Probably not. I doubt it if the whole world would have been marching. They had people marching in Italy over this. I always was like, people just want to get out the house, man. You know what I mean? But it makes no sense. And I'm just glad somebody said the real deal. Like, y'all are doing way too much. Y'all want to give us all of this nonsense. Give us what we really need. We really need change. And it's crazy in that article, they were talking about change that we need. And I'm like, change is when you make laws that turn into results, not statues and all this other bullshit propaganda that y'all keep putting up. That's nonsense. That's not going to change anything. Oh, man, if you get pulled over by a cop, you're going to sit there and say, man, I'm glad they got that George Floyd statue up now. Can't nothing happen to me now. We got real change. Give me a break, man. Y'all got to be more for real with this. And it's a lot of these symbolic moral victories black people have been accepting for years and years, and it's pointless. You know how many memorials they got for Emmett Till, and how many times it's been vandalized. Now, who knows if they'll vandalize the George Floyd, statue. But these symbolic victories, whether it's movies selling us false hope like Wakanda, or it's these rappers and it's just all this propaganda and all this misleading information. They constantly insult our intelligence. We're not going to change any laws. We're not going to do anything to protect black folks like we did Asians, but we will give you a statue, and we'll give you June 19th off, even though it was a Saturday. Had to be. Side note, I went to the seafood spot Saturday. I was all hyped up. Black seafood spot. They had the doors locked and closed. They shut down because it was June 19th on Saturday. I was pissed. I said, motherfucker, y'all could at least told somebody something. This is why black businesses, man, we gotta say something, bro. I'm getting my money. You know what I mean? June 19th, yeah, cool, but get your money too, man. But let me know what y'all think about Judge Joe Brown. And even though that was also the end of that clip, he was talking about how so many male versions from 18 to 25. That was kind of off topic, but yeah, let me know what y'all think about Judge Joe Brown. Was he wrong for, saying the obvious about George Floyd? And like I said, I don't think it's with any disrespect. Now, I know he did say George Floyd should be ashamed because he was a big guy and he got handled by a small police officer, but it was like 8 of them. It was a lot of cops, but yeah, I'm with Joseph on this one. Let me know what y'all think. This might get a lot of dislikes, but I'm prepared for war in the comment section. Hit me up.